Welcome to Thumbwin's End of the Road podcast. Each week we select one of several hundred stories from the Great Lakes region and the tip of Michigan's thumb at thumbwind.com and convert it to an audio format that you can listen to anytime, anywhere. So sit back, relax and enjoy this week's story from the end of the road. This week's story is for active senior adventure to Isle-Royale National Park. Isle-Royale is considered one of the most remote and isolated U.S. national parks in the lower 48 states. Traveling here is not for the faint of heart because what it lacks for comfort it makes up for in its natural beauty and innocence. It's rugged. That does not mean to say that if you're over the age of 50 that you can't venture to this pristine island in the northwestern edge of Lake Superior. In many ways, this island is perfect for those who have had long experiences with hiking or canoeing but want to take it a little slower. The comfort and amenities on Isle-Royale can be had for a moderate budget. The air is fresh and the being surrounded by Lake Superior bathes you in cool mists in the height of summer heat. To many, this bucket list adventure is obtainable with a little preparation and knowledge. This article offers a travel itinerary as a potential option for the 50-plus-year-old that wants a taste of the island without the hiking or paddling. It offers the comfort of a rustic modern resort to come back to after a day of adventure. Hopefully, you will find this useful in planning your own adventure. Part 1: Planning your trip to Isle-Royale. We found that it was extremely helpful by planning early. By early, I mean we had a discussion at Christmas dinner. After a bit of outlining the trip and options, we had nods of yes, let's go all around the table. We were to go the following summer. We chose to utilize a package deal offered by Isle-Royale Resorts. It was a perfect all-in-one approach: transportation to the island, lodging, a half-day guided trip, all meals were included. Unfortunately, these package deals are not offered every season. Part 2: Getting to Rock Harbor on Isle-Royale. We struck out to Isle-Royale from the tip of Michigan's Keweenaw Peninsula. Ferry service to the island is 6 hours from Houghton or 3 hours from Copper Harbor. Ferry service is also available from Grand Portage, Minnesota and via seaplane. We all met and embarked from Copper Harbor as we all knew that the extra few minutes of car trip would mean less time on open water during the crossover. The drive along the Keweenaw Peninsula is something to experience. The history of the mining days, and the natural setting are an awesome addition to your trip. We stopped in Houghton for lunch and looked around Michigan Technological University and found the official headquarters of Isle-Royale National Park located down near the river. We picked up maps and information. On your drive to Copper Harbor, if you have time, stop by the Jam Pot located in Jacobs Falls, 3 miles east of Eagle River. This little store sells jams, jellies and other sweets that are all locally sourced. The proceeds support the monastery. This little store is near Jacobs Falls, 3 miles east of Eagle River on M26. Part 3: Exploring tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula at Copper Harbor. The tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula is at Copper Harbor. This is a charming little town. With taverns, craft shops, bakeries and scenic lookouts on Brockway Mountain Drive. It has some amazing local restaurants and it is a perfect first-day trip. Take a driving tour up the famous picturesque Brockway Mountain Drive. The tip of the Keweenaw is well known for its mountain bike trails and the views are amazing. Part 4: Getting to Isle-Royale National Park by ferry boat. After staying the night in a nearby lodge in Copper Harbor, it's only a short walk from the docks from just about anywhere in town. Get an early breakfast and stroll down to the Queen 4 ferry. The crew will load your luggage as you board. You might want to consider bringing something to read. If you're with a group, pack some playing cards and games. If you step outside, the ship deck is cool even in midsummer as the lake temperature hovers around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the coldest of the Great Lakes. Have your jacket handy. If you're lucky, the weather will give you a treat of a calm day on Lake Superior. The lake can be like glass. The water will be crystal clear and you could see the bottom for a long way. Is common to cross the path of a large freighter heading out of Duluth, Minnesota. It's an amazing sight. Part 5, Your First Afternoon at Isle-Royale. When you arrive on the island, you will be greeted by a National Park Service ranger. The ranger will give two forms of orientation, one for those who will hike into the interior of the park right away and another for those staying at the lodge. If you're staying at the lodge, feel free to listen in, but a better tactic is to orient yourself with Rock Harbor. To your right of the docks and the ranger station is the dining hall and grill of the Rock Harbor Lodge. Get to know it well. To your immediate front and left is the outfitter shop. This is where you can obtain everything from camping gear, candy, souvenirs and rain jackets. Even properly chilled craft beers. Your bags will be taken right to your room, so feel free to look around and relax. The Queen tends to arrive just after lunch is served in the main dining room, however, you can still grab a sandwich at the grill. You will also get the chance to see hikers coming in off the island's many trails. Part 6, The Comfort of the Rock Harbor Lodge. The Rock Harbor Lodge is a bit of civilization in this pristine wilderness area. The rooms are typical of a roadside inn. They are a little small, somewhat dated, but offer a $1 million view of Lake Superior. If it's available, ask for a room on the first floor so you can have a balcony. It's also a good idea to bring your own towels. We found the rooms comfortable and cozy. The Lakeside Lodge reminds us of the motor lodges of the 1960s. All of the Lakeside Lodge rooms overlook Lake Superior and can accommodate up to 4 people. Those on the ground floor have a small sitting deck to take in the cool lake breezes. Besides the beautiful Lake Superior view, the rooms have either one king bed, or 2 double beds, a private bathroom, and a coffee maker. The Lakeside Lodge is a short walk away from the busy center hub of Rock Harbor. You can watch the hikers come in as you dine at the Lighthouse Restaurant or join them for a beer at the Greenstone Grill. It's also the trailhead for the Scoville Point Trail, a path that takes you to the tip of the harbor area and offers great views of the lake. The 2019 season peak rate for the lodge is $260 per night, double occupancy. If it's a bit chilly, walk down from your room into the old lodge. If there is firewood, you can build your own fire. We did this, and soon we had warm glowing embers that were inviting. Other folks came in and we were soon chatting with new friends watching for the big ship ranger arrive from Houghton in the afternoon. It was a great experience. Part 7, Staying at Rock Harbor Housekeeping Cottages. If you have a family or small group, consider renting a cottage. It has a kitchenette unit with a stovetop, a microwave, refrigerator, coffee maker, and a kitchen table. It has all the kitchen utensils, pots, pans, plates, silverware are included. The cottages include sheets, blankets, and towels. In each cottage there is a double bed, and 1 bunk bed. Rollaway beds are available to accommodate up to 6 people per cottage. Located a short walk from the harbor and lodge, these rustic cabins offer commanding views of Tobin Harbor. The peak season is considered July 5th to September 14th. In 2019, the cottages are $252 per night double occupancy. Sightseeing tours of the island, outboard boats and canoe rentals are also available in Rock Harbor. Part 8, Take an afternoon paddle on Rock Harbor. If you bought the lodge package, your fee may include a half-day canoe rental. If you have pent-up energy from the long ferry crossing and the weather is calm, consider taking a paddle up Tobin Harbor to Scoville Point. Bring along a small dry pack with sunscreen, snacks, and water. Here is a hint. We brought Nalgene's with water everywhere we went. Walk back to the main dock where you came in on the ferry and check in at the fuel dock. You receive life jackets, paddles, and a canoe number. Take a short hike up over the rise and down to Tobin Harbor to pick up your canoe. Paddle north in Tobin Harbor to the tip of the island. There is much to see and you will notice old cabins still around and in use. These have been grandfathered by families who built them before the island was a national park. Many are kept up, however sadly some are in decay and are in ruins. Part 9, Paddling around North Isle-Royale. Paddling is not strenuous, but balancing is. You will quickly find that you can cover a lot of ground very quickly with a canoe. At the end of Scoville Point, you will see more of the last private cottages still allowed on the island. These have been passed down from generation to generation but are slowly being phased out. We went all the way around the point. This is not advisable to novice paddlers. We were with 2 experienced guides who knew the area well. The big lake can change quickly, and did on us as late afternoon fog rolled in. We returned to Rock Harbor in the late afternoon as the fog was coming in. As the end of the day closed, we toasted our safe travels and looked forward to the next day. Cocktails at 5 o'clock and dinner at the Lighthouse restaurant. We discovered that whitefish and lake trout can usually be found on the menu. At the northern latitudes, the sun sets late. But we looked forward to another day ahead on our long weekend of our Isle-Royale National Park adventure. That concludes this week's story. Thanks for taking the time to listen to Thumbwind's End of the Road podcast. If you like this kind of story, you are invited to join our 15,000 other monthly viewers on our website at thumbwind.com. Please watch for and download next week's story and take a moment to subscribe to our podcast and give us a review.